Hello everyone and welcome back to part 6 of An Uncertain Future, my Bokaka Koroken Ameka vs. You. I know the last one was kind of a mean cliffhanger, but don't worry, here we go, let's go. Have you ever had struggles finding good Haikyuu merch or anime merch in general? Because I for sure did. It can be hard. But this shop offers amazing merch. Like, I'm literally obsessed with the Haikyuu merch. They have the cutest hoodies ever. Now, if you want to get 10% off, click the link in the description. They offer me a collaboration which is literally amazing. And you support my channel this way. So, win-win. Let's go. Kenma is... Koro stared at Bokuto and the test incredulously, and Akashi could see his gaze fixating on the two red lines, indicating that it was positive. A stunned silence filled the room as they tried to wrap their heads around this. It was hard to put into words how the Omega felt. He was torn between excitement, surprise, worry, and shock, and guilt settling in the back of his mind. He shouldn't be excited about this, not when he knew exactly how Kenma felt about it. The smaller never wanted this. He didn't want to be the one carrying, was afraid of it. It was okay. None of them would ever blame him. Their guilt, clearly evident through the bond, was proof of that. His was none compared to the Alphas, who undoubtedly blamed themselves for the turn of events. We messed up. Bokuto almost whispered the words. The silent tone of his voice was so unlike him that Kashi wouldn't have believed it to be his if he hadn't seen it for himself. He lowered his head and bit down on his lip. His shoulders were shaking and he almost dropped the test with how much his hands were trembling. No, it can't be. Kenma can't be. He never wanted to. He couldn't say it. Instead, he stammered incoherent words and phrases, trying to puzzle them together in a way that made sense. Tetsu. Akashi reached a hand out and held him by the wrist, as he did before, to calm him. It will be alright. Let's all sit down first. They did. Hesitantly, they made their way towards the living room and took a seat on the couch. So, what now? He didn't know. None of them did. This was unexpected. Days of searching their minds for an answer didn't prepare them for this. They hadn't even come to consider the possibility. Why would they? It was clear from the very start that Kenma didn't want this. Never. They had been so careful, hadn't they? At least, that explains everything, doesn't it? Koro looked at them. Akashi nodded. Yeah. How? I mean, why didn't he tell us that he's pregnant? Bokuto tapped nervously with his feet, chewing on his bottom lip while staring off into the distance. He panicked. It's only logical. Kenma was always afraid of this. He didn't want this. Koro's expression darkened further and he clenched his hands into fists. I'm sorry. We messed up. I don't know how. We were so careful. It happens. Birth control fails. Nothing is 100% effective. Akashi rubbed soothing circles over his palm. Don't forget that we were trying for a baby. Maybe we just messed up. Silence predominated the room, the air heavy with the sudden realization. But then, why did he leave? We could have helped him, couldn't we? Bokuto looked up, his eyes raw with emotions as the tears spilled over. Kuro gently pulled him closer to his side. Kenma is not good at verbalizing things that frighten him. It was as if the silence got louder by the second as they all got lost in their own thoughts. Do you think he blames us? The ace tightened his grip on the fabric of his shirt and gulped. Kuro wanted to answer, but he couldn't. Upon being presented with the possibility, the words got stuck in his throat. He didn't want to stay with us. What if he hates us for doing that to him? It's a fault, isn't it? No. The black-haired Omega looked at them determinedly. No, it's not. And he doesn't hate you. A small smile spread on his face, while silent tears fell from his eyes. He couldn't help it as he felt their pain flowing into him through the bond. He promised, remember? He promised that it's not because of us, and that he would tell us if it was. He doesn't blame you or me. More and more tears fell, forming a steady stream as the emotions became overwhelming. He just couldn't say it, you know? He's scared and alone, and he didn't know what to do. We all were so excited to finally try and conceive a child that he probably feels guilty that he doesn't want it, even though it was never supposed to be him, even though none of us would ever blame him. He sniffled. The others watched him with wide eyes. Seeing Akashi cry was rare. What he said made sense, but it barely improved the situation. Without another word, they took the Omega in their midst. It's okay. You're right. You're probably right. What are we supposed to do now? Bokuto hid his face in the dark curls. That's up to Kenma. The Alpha gently wiped the tears from Akashi's and Bokuto's faces, a hypocrite to his own. We can't take the burden from him. He has to decide for himself if he's ready and willing to carry a baby. But we can make sure that he knows we'll support him no matter what. The ace nodded slowly. Of course. So, we'll wait for him to come back. I don't think there's much else we can do. If we just suddenly show up there and tell him, he might panic. He said he needs space right now. Probably needs to come to terms with this whole thing on his own. Bokuto nodded again, his gaze wandering off into the distance with scenting Akashi absent-mindedly, searching for comfort in his touch. Kuro. Vigilant, sea-green eyes searched his. What if we don't have time to wait for him? What do you mean? He leaned back to face him. I mean, well, I agree with you that the decision is 100% Kemma's to make. There is only so much time left to make it. He looked at him seriously. Kemma needs to be aware of that. We don't know when he conceived, and from what we know, he hasn't visited a doctor yet either. I think it's safe to assume that he's still in his first trimester, but we don't know for how long. Koro gritted his teeth. He was right, of course, but he wasn't sure what to do about it. Give him 3 more days. If it's truly just him panicking, I'm sure he will come home soon. He always did. Akashi nodded. "3 more days wouldn't change much. Hopefully. Nothing was set in stone for now, and however this would turn out, they would support him to the best of their abilities." The next day, Kuro found the Omega buried in a pile of books, post-it notes and markers everywhere. He handed him a cup of coffee while observing the chaos with poorly hidden curiosity. Akashi could almost physically feel his gaze, and the unspoken question was almost louder than Bokuto, who currently busied himself with setting up a shelf in the room they intended for the nursery. "These are books I got when we decided to have a baby. Most of them are about pregnancy, then some about infants, toddlers, children. You get the picture." He sighed. "Of course, I didn't think I would read them to care for my mate. After all, since Kenma didn't want to, I was supposed to carry. But I'm glad that I did regardless." "I have read most of them already, but I wanted to go through them again to make sure." A small smile tucked his lips outwards as he highlighted another paragraph. "And here I thought you were only supposed to highlight important keywords." Kuro chuckled. He found the concentrated crease between his brows and Akashi's efforts incredibly endearing, and couldn't help but tease him a bit. This is all important. He didn't look up once. This was good. The air was lighter today. As shocking as it was to figure out Kemma was pregnant, and as much as they wished to go back in time and be more careful, they could only work with the cards they've been dealt. In the very least, knowing the reason for Kemma's behavior seemed to have lifted a huge weight from their shoulders. "Hey, Keiji." What is it?" His words were muffled by the pen between his teeth. It almost had him laugh again. "Do you wish it would have been you? Carrying our child, I mean." The Omega looked up confused. "Of course. What are you talking about? We all do, don't we?" "Yeah, but that's not what I meant. I mean, would you want to be the one even if Kemma's anxiety was out of the picture?" "I don't think I understand." "You've been looking forward to this, haven't you? And now Kemma's pregnant, and not you." Akashi lowered the book and pen, placing both on the table in front of him. He thought about it. "I'm looking forward to expanding our family. I'm looking forward to being a father, whether that means that Kema keeps the baby or that he doesn't and we try again. It doesn't matter. Yes, I was excited about this, and maybe even about being pregnant, but I will gladly leave it to someone else if that's how it is. He grinned. For all I care, Yuako could carry the baby, if it were biologically possible, that is. He reached for Kuro's hand and squeezed it reassuringly. All I want is for us to be happy. I'll be a father, whether we are related by blood or not. What else could I ask for? The alpha smiled tenderly. You thought about that a lot, didn't you? A little bit, but that doesn't change what I said. I know. Thank you. I couldn't ask for a better mate. You three are all so special to me. I know we can work it out. He leaned closer and pulled Akashi into a tender kiss. I love you. Cornflower and lilac filled the room as the Omega's heart beat faster, and he leaned into the touch. I love you too. Thank you so much for watching to the end. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe for the next part. Also, thank you so much for hanging around for now 6 parts already. Oh my god. We're rolling with this. Everyone, I was like, here, you have an Omegaverse, and you were like, yay, Omegaverse. I did not expect this. I love this so much. Thank you guys. The next part will come either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I'm not quite sure yet. Special thanks as always to my nerdy Nekos who support this channel so much. If you also want to support the channel, click the join button in the description below, or look at the oh my god the sponsor, the link in this for the sponsor. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.